So guess what, you guys? There's nobody here. So all the kids are out doing their own thing, and I'm all by myself in the house. So I'm gonna play one of my favorite new games. And I thought it'd be fun to walk you through some of the basics and how you play it. So let's get started. So the name of this game is Going Medieval. And it's a city builder, but with a twist. So it's a city builder game set in post-plague Europe. And they've gone to great lengths to try to make it historically accurate in what you can build, what sort of technology is available, even their clothes. It's also unique from a lot of other city builder styles of games because you have a lot more freedom in building materials, shapes, and sizes. So, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and create a new game, just so you can see the very first part of getting started. What I like about this game is there's just so many options in different ways you can play it. So there's standard, where you have enemy raids, environmental events, and so on. And then there's a peaceful one where you can just focus on city building, do your own thing. And then there's survival, which is like, it's ridiculous. It's really, really hard and you die a lot. You can also select difficulty level, so if you're just getting started, you've never played before, you might want to go with very easy. And I'm going to do normal. And I think I'm just going to go standard, and then I'm going to hit next. Another thing I love about this one is you can modify your starting conditions. So it comes preloaded with this one, which is a new life. So you get started with 3 settlers in the springtime. You've got some resources to help you get going. And then you've got, here's your settler constraints. That's just their statistics, basically. How many, what their age range and height, weight, male, female, religious preferences, and what clothing are they wearing. Okay. Lone Wolf is really difficult. It's a fun challenge. So you get 1 settler, they start by themselves, they have very limited resources, and it's the middle of winter, which is scary. And then this one I built myself, which is like an awesome thing that you can do. You can actually go in and create your own scenarios, give them a description and a narrative. You can change the season that they started, how many settlers you have, their age ranges, all their other statistics, height, weight, how many male versus female you want, which religion you want them to have. And then you can even come in here and modify like how good their clothes are. And then you can add other conditions like additional resources. So like give them extra beer or give them some extra clay or whatever you want. You can add equipment. That's they say equipment, but it's really mostly just like weapons and armor. So you can set them up with some really epic armor and weapons. You can include structure kits, which are basically like boxes ready to make of things. So like tables, chairs, that kind of stuff. And my favorite, research. So you can come in here and tweak what research they get to start with. Alright. So I actually have one in here that I called Epic Start, where they have all the resources that they could use and have space to store to start with, and then really awesome equipment, really specific settler constraints, and then I went through and unlocked all the research. And I like to play a new game with full research first, and if I can. And so I like to do that because it lets me see what all this stuff is, what it does, how it changes the gameplay. But for the sake of this series, we are going to just start with the canned new life because it's kind of in the middle and we're going for the middle of the road this time. And then I just click next once I have that all set up. So this is going to open you a scenario map. Shows you kind of the area around where your settlement is. You can change the name. You can like randomize it and it'll give you random settlement names. Or I can give it its own name. This is the heraldry is what's going to be on your decorations. This heraldry here is kind of your banner, your emblem for your settlement. You can randomize that, or you can come in here and click edit. You can change the background color. You can change the symbols. You can add symbols, tweak them, move them, customize them. You can even make them bigger, smaller, rotate them, move them around on the shield, spin them around, and just kind of whatever you prefer. If you hit randomize, it'll give you literally just random ones that's in here. Okay. We're going to skip this for a second. Map size, I like to go medium, and then you can actually randomize the map around you, which is kind of fun. Map type, it isn't so much the type of the map, it's where your settlement is going to be. If you pick valley, you'll have lots of vegetation, lots of room for gardening, lots of trees to cut for resources. You'll have more naturally available resources like berries and mushrooms and whatnot. Mountain, that has very limited fertile soil, but you'll get gold, iron, silver, and more limestone, clay, that kind of thing. Hillside's kind of in between, which is what we're aiming for today. So you'll have fertile soil and you'll probably have limestone and clay. You might get lucky and have some gold or silver. It just sort of depends on where you land. Alright, so that's actually Hillside's my favorite one to play. So we're just going to hit next once we have that selected. And this takes us to our settlers. We can spend a lot of time here because there's something called advanced customization. So if I click on this, now I can get in here and I can not only edit their name in a random way, oops, funnel through names. I can change their body type, the shape of their head, their hair color, skin color. I can give them a different background. Each one of these comes with different skill results, right? So I don't know why bloodthirsty would improve medicine knowledge, but that's a thing. Right? And then they have their skills here. Oh, I forgot. If they have a nickname, it's in here as well. Some of them do, some of them don't. And then skills. So these are, think of these like talents. Each one of your settlers has different things that they do, that they're good at, and that they're interested in, just like normal people, right? These stars represent things that the settler is passionate about, and when they're passionate about something, they'll gain experience faster. So they'll increase in skill level faster if they do those things that they like more often. These are important as you get further along in the game, because there are some things, like with botany, there's some things you can't plant or grow unless you have a certain skill level. Construction, there's some stuff you can't build unless you have a certain skill level, and so on and so forth. So you can actually come in here under this advanced customization and tweak these to your heart's content. Ideally, when you're starting, you want somebody who's really good at construction, somebody who's good with botany, and somebody who can cook. Those are the three most important things when you're starting this game. Other nice to haves: somebody who's good at tailoring, somebody who's a marksman, they're going to be your hunter, and then somebody who's good at medicine. A lot of these other ones they can learn pretty quickly, and there's not as many requirements. So like animal handling, you can have a 5 and still do some beekeeping. Alright, this panel over here gives you kind of an overview of the entire group's skills, which is handy. And then these perks are, I like them. I know that sounds weird. There's some of them I hate. But these are just like little character traits that the individual settler can have. So if we look at Melody here, she's fragile, you know? And these have either a positive or negative impact on their interactions, right? So it takes her longer to recover. She's a little slower, you know. She's always cold, but she's nice. Okay. There are a lot of different perks, a lot. And like I said, some of them are good and some of them are bad. So for example, if you're setting this up with the advanced customization and you're looking for somebody who can cook, a good one to add to them would be, let me find it, gourmet, right? Makes sense. Green thumb, that'd be good for somebody who's interested in botany. Some of my favorite ones are industrious. That kind of speeds them up a little bit. What else? I like whirlwind's another one that speeds up their movement and motor functions. My least favorite, I think, is austere. And also cannibal. So there's cannibals in the game. Some of the raiders will be cannibals, and I haven't had it happen very often, but every once in a while I'll get a settler who's a cannibal, and it gets a little weird. Like, you'll see more weirdness relating to cannibalism as we get into the game. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in here today, but you can really spend a lot of time getting your characters just the way you like. We're just going to hit next. And then this is going to give us a summary of everything that we just got set up. And then to start the game, we're just going to hit embark. Sometimes this takes a while to load. Okay, and once you can see click to continue, you click to continue, and there you go. You started the game.